Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do an Instagram versus reality video. This is inspired by Samantha Ravndal. I watched her video a while ago whenever she posted it, and I knew that I really wanted to do this video, but I felt like my stories were not as good as hers, and I backed out of it several times, but I kind of want to do this and just see how it turns out. If you're interested in this makeup look, I have already done it and already posted it, so I will have that link down below. But today, I'm going to talk about Instagram versus reality. Basically, my understanding of this is going through the pictures and then telling you guys what's actually going on, you know, because you always think that the picture that you're seeing or the lifestyle that you're seeing is really something accurate, but it's not. You know, a picture, most of us are not going to put online what is actually going on in our lives, especially if it's just a little bit too personal. So I thought I would just go through and see if any of these pictures triggered anything for me and just share with you guys what is actually going on behind the scenes. I am going to do this starting from the very bottom of my Instagram and working my way up. No, I'm not going to go over every single picture. Most of my pictures on Instagram are basically, oh, I did this look and I took a picture of it and here you go. But some of them, there's definitely something behind them that you guys aren't seeing. And the very first one is back. I can already hear the comments about my hair, and let me just tell you, I'm not growing it back out. I like my buzz cut. I am going to get some wigs just because I want to play around, but no, I'm not growing my hair back out. All right, this very first picture, I was fake modeling. I call it fake modeling because it's not something I got paid to do. It's something I did for fun, and I enjoyed it, but I like the makeup side so much more. And this particular picture is my favorite of the series that this photographer had done. And he reached out to me. He wanted to work with me, and he had some specific ideas. Let me show you the picture that he wanted. This picture right here with the flag and my hair all flowing and everything, he actually won an award for, which was amazing for him. Congratulations. I think this picture is really beautiful when I look at it, but I don't see me. I don't see my essence, like what makes me me in this picture, but I do think it's beautiful. I did this for him and he did this picture for me, and I wanted to do something that really captured me. And if you see in the picture, I'm wearing these pair of Doc Marten boots. They're gray. They have like this wax over them that makes them kind of look distressed. And I'm wearing star leggings. Mama loves stars. And then you can see my tattoos. I don't have nearly as many back then. And even the one on this arm is actually totally different now. But I have this silly side of me that, you know, I like hats. I love stuffed animals, anything just like fuzzy and cute. That's me. And I wanted to capture me in this picture. And I really think I did, like the kind of serious but still goofy girl. And I love this picture. It's one of my favorite pictures I've ever actually had taken of me, just because I feel like it does embody me. And I love that little wolf hat. I still have it to this day. I will run around during the winter. I will put that on, and it has like these paws. You stick your hands in, they're mittens, and they look like paws. And you know, I just think it's fun. I'm a goofball, really. With this picture, I was doing a series for another photographer. So this is a completely different photographer, completely different scenario. And let me tell you, I was so cold. When was this posted? It was posted in March of 2013. Here in Tennessee, we will get snow all the way into March. And that means this picture was probably taken in February. There was a ton of us, at least 10 to 15 different people. We were doing a series. We had some pictures together, different ones apart. This picture, I was so cold, and I was trying to keep this like slightly editorial look, but I was like this freezing, absolutely freezing. And I love this picture, but I just remember being so cold. I remember the photographer asking, you know, for the next girl, and as soon as, you know, that person would go, we were all in this circle with jackets and coats and everything and just huddled up trying to keep warm. It was insane. This next picture is of an eye look, and this was back in 2014. I just remember feeling like I had gotten this one spot on. It was one of those times where I was like, ah, yes, I've got the wing. I love the colors. You could even see all the way back then, I liked to mix the cool and the warm tones. And it's just something about this one that I was really proud of. A lot of the stuff on my Instagram I have deleted, not gonna lie, but that one was something that I just felt really, really proud of. So it's still there. This next picture is the power of makeup, and this was before I'd even started skincare or anything like that. This definitely has meaning behind it, but for me, behind the scenes, behind Instagram, behind the whole power of makeup trend and everything that was going on, this was my kind of FU to a few people who were saying that I just wasn't pretty without makeup. And I used to take things like that a lot more seriously than I do now. Sometimes things will get to me, but for the most part, I'm just like, whatever. You and your photoless username can just go on somewhere. But back then, what was this? Again, this is 2014. It kind of affected me. So in short, this was my way of showing, yes, the power of makeup. You can turn yourself into a completely different person, but also a big FU to those people that said that I was not attractive without makeup. So there's that. This particular photo, taken again back in 2014, July, I don't remember the exact reason as to why, but I couldn't actually get off the floor. So you can see a picture of me on the floor and my dog Diesel behind me. He was following me around. He does that a lot. And there was a time where if I put on makeup, he would always think that I was leaving the house. Now it's, you know, I'm doing videos all the time, so it's no big deal. He doesn't think I'm leaving the house until I put shoes on. Anywho, this particular picture, I know I was in a lot of pain, and I feel like I can kind of see that in my face now looking back at it. But I really liked the liner that I had done, and before I had a whole lot more time to really play in makeup, and you'll see more of that going through. I know that I could not get off that floor. I had scooted around to the window and made it to where I could get a picture of the look and post it. I was dead set determined that I was going to post something on Instagram, but I just remember I was in a whole lot of pain. I know it was my leg, but I don't remember if I had had surgery or if it was just I was having a lot of trouble. I have a feeling it was just a lot of trouble that particular day. Oh my gosh, this one brings me back so far. Okay, what day was this? Doctor Office Selfie, August 7th, 2014. All right. There, I'm getting chills because, okay, my doctor had not seen me in a couple years with my knee. I had gotten better. I would say, I think the last time I had seen him was in 2009, and that it's 2014 in this picture. Let me make sure. Yes, August 7th, 2 days after my birthday of 2014. And I remember being terrified to see him. He was not a fan of me getting tattoos. Back when I first started, I had one on each side of my ribs. It was, I didn't have many, but I had them hidden. And of course, whenever you have surgery, you can see what tattoos you have. And I remember him talking to me about it. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I had long hair back then, and I remember being so nervous about what he was going to say. I don't know why I cared so much about what the doctor was going to say. Really, it only matters what he was going to say about my knee. But I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I have cut off all my hair. I wear makeup now. Back then, I really didn't, like when I first started to go to him, and I have messed up my leg. I ended up seeing him in the elevator. And I said, "Hi, Dr. So-and-so." I'm not going to out his name. And you should have seen his face. He was like, oh my God, you know, it had been so many years since I had seen him, and it completely threw him off. And the reaction that I thought I was gonna get was completely opposite. He said, I remember, I'll never forget this, ever, ever, ever. He's like, usually I don't really enjoy tattoos. And I know tattoos aren't for everybody, so that doesn't really bother me. Not everybody enjoys them. And I knew that he didn't. So when he said, started it, I was like, just waiting for it, just waiting for it. He said, I don't really care for tattoos. He goes, but you just look like you were meant to have them. You're meant to have short hair, and I don't know what it is, but it just looks good. And I said, thank you. I know that it's such a silly story, but it was something so vivid. It's still so vivid in my mind, seeing him on the elevator and then seeing him in the actual doctor's room whenever he said that. And it just made me feel so good about myself, kind of like you change somebody's mind. And I felt like, yes, I won him over. He's not a tattoo person, but he is now. It's honestly one of the things that I'm really scared of going forward. I don't remember if I even spoke about this, but my doctor is retiring and I am terrified. He has taken such good care of me in general, but also with my tattoos, he's so respectful. When he had to cut through right here on this one on my shoulder, he felt so bad. There's so many that he's been able to just stop the cut right at the tattoo or, you know, missed it, you know, and he feels so bad about this. I'm like, it's no big deal. I'll just get it touched up. I don't know that I'll find another doctor that cares that much. So fingers crossed. This one happened on an absolute accident. As you can see, it looks like I have tiers of, you know, like this metallic gold, and there's pink and all this. I had started my makeup, and it was one of those times where I got to sit down and do, you know, really creative makeup, and I did actually start to cry. And when I did that, I had tiny little things. I think you can see a little bit more around my cheek, like right here where, you know, your tears kind of naturally fall, that I had just little spots, and I decided to turn it into this makeup look. I don't remember what I was sad about, but I remember crying that particular day. I just ended up creating a look and a whole vibe around it. And I really like how it turned out. I think it embodied how I was feeling at the moment. And it was an accident. Like I said, I was supposed to be like this really colorful look, more like watercolor all over the eye. And then, yeah, I cried and I turned it into a beautiful thing instead. This one brings me back and to a whole lot of pain, physical pain. Says, getting back on my motorcycle has been one of the most terrifying things I have been through, but I'm glad I did. It's an experience you can't get with four wheels, and I must say I have some of the best roads to enjoy as long as there's no grass in the curves. Taking this picture, I have to tell you, getting back on my motorcycle after my accident, I'm not going to insert pictures because I don't want to be demonetized for gore. But well, it's so easy to say just get back on and just go for it. It is true, the longer you wait, the harder it's going to be. And for me, I had to wait several weeks because I ended up having to have surgery after that, but I had stretched ligaments and tendon, whatever is in your leg. My knee cap was in a spot that it wasn't supposed to be. There was a hole all the way down to the bone. I had a lot of things going on. My inner body was swelling, but my biggest problem was, other than road rash, was my knee. And my mindset after that accident was terrible. It was just absolutely terrible. And the very first time I got back on my bike, I remember being terrified. That picture, I mean, I know I say that it's one of the most terrifying things, but it doesn't truly speak to how scared I was. I'm not a big drinker. I drink, you know, it used to be like twice a year. It might be 6 times a year now, but still, I wouldn't consider myself a big drinker. And I had to not only hum and sing to myself the entire time I was on the bike in order to not freak out, and I was on that road. I didn't take the picture while I was on my bike. It was the same day when we had gotten in the car. But I had to come home and I had to get some liquid courage because I had gotten myself so shaky and so scared that I needed to relax. And that picture just, the pain after that accident outdoes everything. Outdoes every single one of my 22 surgeries. It outdoes every childbirth, everything. The amount of pain I was in because of hitting grass at 60, 65 miles per hour is it was not a good thing. And because I had to wait so long to get back on the bike, I knew I was going to do it. I'm a rider. I'm born to be on my motorcycle, but that was terrifying. It was terrifying. This is a picture of my left leg after I had the surgery from that motorcycle accident. And I just want to comment on this because I think it's so funny to see a bare right leg. There's nothing on it but like one little tattoo down at the bottom. It doesn't look like that now, but yeah. This picture is the first time I played in makeup after I had the surgery for my motorcycle accident. And I look happy. You can see me on crutches. Oh, I was trying. I was faking that smile like nobody's business. And I immediately got back in bed. I remember this photo so vividly. I was in this room right here. I didn't have all the lights and everything, and it hadn't been changed into my beauty room. And I was trying to find the light. I was having such a hard time trying to get with these stupid crutches, and once I got the picture, it was done. If I look really ticked off in this picture, it's because I am. Trying to get to work, snow says no, gotta love country roads. I was so irritated. I had done all my makeup because I tried to tell my boss I live in BFE. We have, we're in city roads, you get a lot more traffic on the roads and then the sun hits the roads. I live in the woods. I live on the lake. I live where there's not a lot of people. And I also live at a higher elevation and where you just tend to get more snow. My boss said, go ahead and try to come in anyway. This is my face when I was trying to come in anyway because I tried to go one way. It took me 2 hours to go 20 minutes worth of driving. And I was trying to go one way to get to the interstate from, again, back roads. And if I went up that hill, I was just watching cars slide back down. So I turned around, tried to go the opposite way, and it was just ice everywhere. And I said, forget it. When I got back home, my boss said, just try again later. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding? It's not, yep, I was so irritated. So irritated. And needless to say, no, I did not get to work. And for all of you who are new to my channel, they wonder why I won't go back to the Platinum Pixie, because if I was gonna do something, that is what I would want to do, is go back to the Platinum Pixie. However, this picture right here, I said wet care, don't care. In reality, I had my hair wet because it was so damaged. A, it wasn't drying on its own. B, by the time I got home and figured everything out, I had pieces missing. This is when after I had done it the first time. The second time when I touched up the roots, oh yeah, I had major scalp chemical burn. I had missing hair. My hair was done. And I actually look at this picture and I think, oh, I like this picture. I feel like I like the wet look, but in reality, I know what is actually happening behind the scenes, and it is not good. I remember the next day, me posting this picture, I had to part my hair a certain way. I had to push back the hair here because the majority of the hair that was missing was all right here. So it was like this long. I had to comb it back this way, comb it over this way, and it was not fun. I was extremely self-conscious about it, and I look back at videos now where my hair, it was really pretty, and then all of a sudden it was not as pretty. And then I started growing it out and I had like a little bit of an ombre type of feel going on. I liked that, but then I wanted to do my roots and keep the sides dark. I'm just gonna go with this picture. I had a shoulder brace on because I had just had shoulder surgery, but you can see it's kind of ombre. One of my family members told me that I looked like a skunk. A very pretty skunk, they said, but a skunk nonetheless. So, yeah, that was fun. This is the picture I am going to end with because it's a literal Instagram versus reality. This picture I had taken either a day or two or whatever before. Pretty much anytime I have a stockpile of images that, yeah, I can just kind of go through and post. I was stuck on the side of the interstate with a flat tire. I don't know what I did. I had gone over like from one lane to the other and something was in the road. I didn't see it, I didn't feel it, but it cut my tire and I ended up going flat, scooted over, and then that, yeah, was on the side of the road for a hot minute. Kelsey helped me. I had my car taken and I had to get 2 new tires and I was not in a very good mood. But it ended up being really great because Kelsey and I had a really great day together. But that's just an actual Instagram versus reality moment because, yeah, I didn't look like that day. I was in a onesie ready to go to Pilates. And yeah, I didn't go to Pilates either. But anywho, if you guys want to see like a part 2 of this, because I definitely did not get all the way through my feed, but I don't want this to be a 3-hour long video. You guys let me know if you want me to continue this, and I will do that for you. If not, this was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.